Every real estate investment has a ripple effect and consequences. Smart investors know to count the cost and assess them before it's too late, like before they sign.
Moving forward with the Dekker team. Moving forward together with the Dekker team.
We are privileged to have come alongside you for 36 years, not only selling, buying, and investing in real estate over 3,117 times, coming alongside you to build your finances, build your faith, build your fun, build your fitness, and even strengthen, heal, and flourish inside relationship while building wealth wisely through real estate.
Yeah, this is exciting. This is the part that I love. Do you know that?
What's the part that you love, Ken?
I love analyzing where an investment may go, both negatively and positively. And are you willing to spend the time up front to go through a poor period, moving to a very profitable period with a property? Do you want to start with a smaller profitability and watch that grow? Or avoiding the ones that you start with cash flow, but then the maintenance kills you each year, and the updates and the needing a new shingles and this and that, and suddenly it beats you up in the tail end? That's a ripple effect too. So the ripple effect can have great future benefit wealth consequences, or it can be harmful. As a matter of fact, CMHC said that 60% of small-scale investors misjudge the ripple effect of the future costs to maintain a property by 20%.
And that's a lot, because that's probably all your cash flow and then a little bit extra.
Well, more. You're not generally running 20% margin on cash flow, for sure.
That's what I said. Certainly not at the onset.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just amazing to me that some people will make that buying decision without forecasting what may be in the future, whether it's putting into the spreadsheet higher maintenance costs, or even looking at it and going, this property doesn't cash flow right now, and it's got 6 tenants in it that are paying too low, and we could move a few of those out with transitions, and this would be our future rentability. And with cap rate, and you may not understand cap rate, but it's a multiplier of the profitability or the income of a property times a certain number. Could be 3%, 5, 6, up to 10, 11 times. And what happens is the value of the property increases significantly. Exponentially when the rents go up and the income on the building go up. So sometimes that diamond in the rough is a piece of coal, and you think, it's going to cost me money every month. And I'm going, wait. Let's put it in the projections. Let's see what happens if we transition, 2 tenants move out, or because there's always going to be transitions in tenants. Not because they want to go rent somewhere cheaper, because rents don't tend to go down, they tend to go up. But sometimes they meet somebody and they want to move in together. Sometimes they can't afford where they are, so they leave. Sometimes they get sick and need to leave. Sometimes they go back to family. So many reasons for a tenant to move.
As many reasons for tenants to move as there are reasons for people to move from one house to another house.
Exactly. So transition can happen, and it's whether you can't generally project how long that might take. But you can have a guesstimate. You can say, okay, 1 tenant a year or 1 tenant every 2 years or something.
Well, and that's going to be dependent on how many units are in the building, how many tenants are you dealing with. And so when Ken first said they're going to transition out of that building or out of that unit, you can't, as the landlord, and you probably know this already, if you've been listening to Life's Inside Track, you can't ask someone to leave because they're not paying enough rent. You can't ask someone to leave for pretty much any reason under the sun, other than if they're not obliging or fulfilling the obligations of the lease that they signed. Then you can get some support, right? and they may be asked to vacate, but that could take 6 months. That could take a year. Things are much slower moving. So putting great tenants in the first place. And if you're inheriting tenants that come with a building, you want to have a really clear understanding of who you're dealing with in the building, because there's a ripple effect to that too.
Absolutely.
Right?
And sometimes we look at cash for keys. And cash for keys is where you offer the tenant money to vacate, whether that be $10,000, $5,000, $20,000, depends on the situation and why you want them out and what that's going to do to the value of the building. Because sometimes you might give a certain amount for cash for keys, but you're going to make 10 times that because the new tenant coming in pays a lot more rent. You've renovated the unit prior to them coming in. Now your building value starts to escalate way more than you paid cash for keys, but you need cash to be able to pay cash for keys.
Right.
So that, and again, looking at the ripple effect, will I have cash to be able to take this building from point A to point B to where it's valued significantly higher at point C?
Exactly. And you may be saying, well, I just want to buy it already when it's at its top value. Well, that's great, but then you're going to pay more for the building. So we want to look at the ripple effect of paying less to get more. Do you pay more to get less? I mean, these are all real questions that we will assess. Some of them, we'll touch on them at the Building Wealth Wisely workshop on October 8th. It's $47 to register, and a youth can come for free. And the reason we want youth in the room is if you get this right on the onset, if you start planning and setting aside money now for your home down the road or for your wealth building account, you will actually never have financial issues. So we're going to show some strategies on how to do that. One core strategy around that actually for youth. So they come free with the purchase of an adult ticket. It's 6 to 9 p.m. on the 8th of October. That's a Wednesday because it's Wealth Wednesday. You can always remember, we're going to do most of them on Wednesdays. There won't be another one until at least in 2026. So October 8th is the last one for 2025. So if you're thinking, I want to understand more of what you're talking about, then get yourself in the room, because we want you to understand it. We're not trying to do these shows so that they confuse you. We're trying to do them so that they provide clarity.
Absolutely. And I think that it's important to know that if your goal is to buy your first house, buy a bigger house, buy a duplex or triplex, buy an investment property, buy commercial property in 2026, then the decision in 2025 is to come to that Building Wealth workshop, because it's going to be amazing towards your journey. Because we're going to look at some of those ripple effects. We can't do it all, because each individual person and each individual building requires a unique assessment, right?
Absolutely.
And each building gets its ripple effect designed out, because what we want to do is we want to create an investor model that's bulletproof for you. When I say bulletproof, it doesn't mean nothing's going to go wrong. It means that you're prepared for what might go wrong or what will go right.
Exactly. And that, again, is the ripple effect or the consequences, because every single choice you make has a consequences, good, bad, or indifferent.
Yeah, every choice is a wealth choice. Own it, shape it, and let it work for you for decades to come. And we're delighted that you joined us on Life's Inside Track, because when we move forward together, we've got this.
Moving forward with the Dekker team. Moving forward together with the Dekker team.